As you can see from the family tree of memory, there are 5 fundamental forms of memory: sensory memory, short-term memory, semantic memory, episodic memory, and implicit memory. If you want to learn about each of these forms in elaborate detail, you should go take a memory course, a course that specializes in the psychology of memory. However, Psychology 01 is a lot more general, so I'm just going to dedicate one short class session to each of these forms. In fact, I won't even go over all 5, because sensory memory is just memory terminology for the 5 senses. We've already been over the 5 senses. Today, I'm going to go over short-term memory, and I'll post 3 more Psychology 01 videos in the coming weeks for the sake of covering the fundamental forms of long-term memory. So, what is short-term memory? I briefly gave the example of remembering the plot of a Kitchen Nightmares episode before forgetting about that specific episode once you finish watching 20 more episodes. However, short-term memory is actually very useful to us evolutionarily. It helps us remember things that we have to remember for a specific moment, even though we would never use them again in the future. In the short term, short-term memory is beneficial to us, but it is not beneficial to us in the long term, and that's why it is called short-term memory. An example of the usefulness of short-term memory can be found in the tests and exams that we take at school. Teachers say all the time that you shouldn't cram information for a test, but that's because those teachers want you to understand the material instead of memorizing it. However, if you have no intention of understanding the material, then cramming information is actually very efficient at helping you score a good grade on your closed book test. I'm serious. If you genuinely don't care about the material and you're simply taking the course because it's required, then cramming is a good way to succeed in that required course. Hear me now, quote me later. If you want to understand the material and are passionate about the subject, then don't cram. I would never give you guys any tests on this channel because it's a YouTube channel, but if I taught these 3 courses in a college classroom and you genuinely want to learn the material, then don't cram. Study the material with passion. Love the subject that you are looking into. Ask me to clarify things you don't understand. Do some research outside of the course. If, on the other hand, you have no academic interest in the material of the courses that I would teach in a college classroom, then just disregard my advice and cram for the midterms and final exam. Your cramming will help you on those tests, I'll give you a good grade, and I won't hold it against you for not being interested in my topics. That is the self-sustaining uniqueness of short-term memory, even though professors and future professors like myself would prefer that you hold our knowledge within your long-term memory. Before I end this video, let me announce one of the contests that I said I would announce at the end of March. I've been so busy that I haven't yet devised other contests, and as for the contest that I have devised, I haven't even officialized it yet. Basically, during the summer, I will hold a contest that determines one lucky winner of the 3 volumes of my first novel, all of which will be signed by me. No purchases are necessary to enter or win this contest. I will be the one purchasing the 3 volumes of my own novel from Amazon, Lulu.com, or BarnesandNoble.com. Even though I haven't created the contest yet, I implore those of you who are unlikely to win to buy the 3 volumes from one of these booksellers. Like me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, and subscribe to my channel. I've been Varun Gupta, the Autistic Skeptic. Until next time, think skeptically, historically, and psychologically.